Coca-Cola versus Pepsi, the real winner. Something is being hidden from you. There's one of America's biggest business secrets. Two companies. A war lasting over a century. And most people still get the wrong answer about who actually won. Today, you're going to find out the truth. How it all started. Atlanta, Georgia. A pharmacist named John Pemberton invented the first Coca-Cola. Pepsi showed up 7 years later, in 1893. And from the very beginning, the game was uneven. Coke was everywhere: restaurants, pharmacies, soda fountains. Not just a drink. It was infrastructure. Pepsi, meanwhile, nearly went bankrupt. Twice. But surviving teaches you things that dominance never can. Changing the game. Pepsi couldn't beat Coke on its own terms. So it changed the game. In 1975, Pepsi set up tables in shopping malls. Unmarked cups. 2 drinks. Asked people to choose. The results shook the entire industry. Most people chose Pepsi. This was the Pepsi Challenge. And for the first time, it genuinely threatened Coca-Cola. The biggest corporate mistake, and what it became. Coca-Cola made its most catastrophic decision. They changed the formula. New Coke. Sweeter. Modern. Scientifically engineered to beat Pepsi. The public reaction? A disaster. 400,000 angry letters. Mass protests. A group of people formed an official organization, just to bring back the original Coke. Within 79 days, Coca-Cola surrendered. The original formula returned as Coca-Cola Classic. But something strange happened. Sales climbed higher than ever before. Because millions of Americans realized one thing: they didn't just like Coke. They needed it. Pepsi won the battle. Coca-Cola won the war. PepsiCo's secret weapon. While Coca-Cola was selling feelings, PepsiCo was playing a completely different game. In 1965, Pepsi merged with Frito-Lay, the company behind Doritos, Lay's, and Cheetos. Then Tropicana. Then Gatorade. Then Aquafina. Overnight, PepsiCo was no longer a soda company. It was a global food empire that also happened to sell soda. The real numbers. Here's what most people don't know. Annual revenue. PepsiCo, $91 billion. Coca-Cola, $45 billion. PepsiCo earns nearly twice as much. But market value. Coca-Cola, $260 billion. PepsiCo, $230 billion. The company that earns less is worth more to investors. Why? Because Coca-Cola's brand, its emotional power, its cultural roots, creates value that no financial model can fully explain. What the brain actually says. In 2004, neuroscientist Red Montague conducted a remarkable study. An MRI machine. 2 drinks. Participants drank blind first, then knowing the brand. Blind? Pepsi won most of the time. But when people knew they were drinking Coke, an entirely different part of the brain lit up. Memories. Identity. Who you are. Coca-Cola wasn't just triggering taste receptors. It was triggering who people believed themselves to be. No better tasting drink can compete with that. So who actually won? Both of them, just in different ways. By revenue, PepsiCo wins, and it's not even close. By brand value, Coca-Cola wins, consistently, for over a century. By cultural impact, Coca-Cola wins, but Pepsi never fully disappeared. Coca-Cola built a feeling. PepsiCo built an empire. The real lesson. This war was never about soda. It was about the human mind. Control distribution. Control perception. Control habits. And most importantly, when people buy your product, they need to feel like they're actually buying themselves. The next time you reach for a Coke or a Pepsi, remember this. You are a participant in a 130-year business war. And the real winner? That depends on how you define winning.